What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today I'm excited to share the Lochby Field Sling with you. This is a sling, of course, so it does come with the strap. However, I've removed it for the sake of the video, just so you don't have to watch me kind of contending with that to show off the rest of the bag and have it be in the way. We will take a look at that strap a little bit later in the video, though. You can pick up the Field Sling over on Lochby's website for $59, and I'll link to where you can find it in the description. Available in 4 different colors: brown, Bumblebee, which is black with a yellow interior, Nautical, which is their navy blue, and of course the olive that you see in front of you. I am an affiliate with Lochby, so coupon code UncommonEDC will save you 10%, and I'll leave that in the description as well. You can just copy and paste it. If you're going to be picking one up, might as well save a couple bucks on that order. Now, first thing to know about the Field Sling is this is a minimal compact sling. 3-liter capacity is enough for the daily essentials, but compact enough that it's going to keep you honest when it comes to overpacking. So that is one thing that can kind of be hard to gauge from photos. We're looking at about 11 inches wide by 6.7 inches tall. So again, very compact. They list the depth at about 1.6 inches, but always that's going to depend on how you load it out. It does have room to expand. You can see at its thickest point here, we're probably 2.75, maybe 3 inches, but I'll also show it once it's empty and kind of compress that down a little bit, and you can see exactly how compact this can get. And so a lot of adjustability there depending on what you load it out with. The exterior is a waxed canvas. One of my favorite materials. It looks great, it's extremely durable, and water resistant. The water just kind of beads right off of it. That doesn't mean waterproof, so you can't submerge this, and you wouldn't want to even if the material was completely waterproof, because those corners are a little bit open. But the fact that we can really tighten down on that strap and keep that flap nice and closed means that it's going to be pretty weather resistant. If you take this out in the rain, the contents should stay dry. But again, don't want to submerge this. It's not completely waterproof. Now, on the accents, the seams, and our straps, those are going to be complementary colors depending on which version you choose. This one, I think that brown pairs great with the olive green. Have the Lochby tag up front. Really simple and easy to use strap closure here, and so it's not going to shake loose on you. You can see I can move this around as much as we want. Doesn't shake loose. You have to put some downwards pressure and then slide it out, and then it will be open. And so it's really easy to open and close one-handed, but at the same time super secure, where you don't have to worry about that opening on you on accident. In fact, most of the time it's going to be kind of pulling against that and keeping it from going, thanks to that small little hook piece. So really intuitive design on the closure that's really easy to open quickly just by putting some downward pressure. Now, that wax canvas, we mentioned the patina. It is going to patina a little bit. I've only been carrying this one for less than a week. It's starting to get some of those micro scratches on it. I don't know how well those pick up on camera. Definitely starting to get some of those micro scratches on it, but they look great. They're going to blend in over time, and that's part of that natural patina process. Really excited to see what this looks like after 2-3 months of carry. Now, flipping over to the back, not a whole lot to see here. We do have this stabilizing strap that is a continuation of our closure strap. So you can see it's sewn here and again on the front side. So that adds a little bit of stability and rigidity to the pack, while also giving us an access point for our closure strap. The shoulder strap attaches on either side. So you can see we have a tab on either side to attach it to. Really easy to attach. We'll take a look at that now. Also going to be complementary colors, so we have the green nylon that's about 1.5 inches wide for the strap, and then that brown hardware to complement it. This adjusts from 29.5 inches all the way up to about 55 inches. Really easy to adjust. You can see it's nice and secure. It's not going to slide around on you while you're wearing it, but once you're ready to adjust, you can just kind of fold it and pull either direction. And so if you want to expand it, you can. If you want to contract it, you can. Really easy to do very quickly, just like that closure strap. I think intuitive but secure. Now, the clasp on either side, you have to open this gate in order to thread them onto that loop. I did see someone comment online that it was really difficult to open. I think it's just kind of learning the trick. Once you learn the trick, I find that it's very easy to open. All you want to do is turn the portion of the buckle to a 90-degree angle, put some downward pressure on it, and then you can just push this out of the way and it opens. So you can see how easy that was. And once you do, you have plenty of flex there. Thread it into your loop, and then you can do the same thing in reverse here. Just kind of put that downward pressure and slide that back into place. You do have to make sure to have enough pressure to pass that, and then let go before you let go, because this is spring loaded. It tries to push back this direction, which is why it's so secure. And so a really simple, intuitive system once you know how to do it. But again, it's kind of learning the trick, and then after that, you'll kind of always know it. Now, getting inside, again, really easy to open one-handed. Just push some downward pressure and slide over to the side, and this entire flap flips up. You can see our interior here has this honeycomb pattern nylon. Looks great with the yellow interior of that bumblebee pattern, but overall it just adds some strength to that nylon as well to keep it tear and rip resistant, and super durable material that looks great. And all of them are going to have a lighter interior color, so it's a little bit easier to see what's going on inside of the bag. There's a main cavernous pocket in here that spans that entire 11-inch width and 6.7-inch height, and then there's 3 vertical pockets on the side. One's about 1.25 inches, perfect for a pen. The other 2 are about 4 inches wide, so you'll see what I have in there, but it gives you a lot of room to add other items. And then again, our main cavernous pocket, I just threw a book in there for now. It's perfect for a book or a notebook, small tablet. This is a Swiss Army Knife Camping and Outdoor Survival Guide, something I found kind of recently and thought would be fun to take a look at. May try and tackle all of the different projects in here. There's 101, so may tackle those in the future. Besides the point though, now you can see the full entirety of that interior. All has that nice high-vis material, so easy to see inside. And it does have a flat bottom, so you may have noticed when I have that book in there, with that flat bottom, this can stand up on its own. Once I remove the book, obviously the weight of all of those items in the back is going to have this drop backwards, but as long as it's well distributed weight, that flat bottom allows you to stand it up, which I know is important to a lot of people. They prefer standing it up rather than laying it down like this, and so that is an option as long as you have it loaded. But again, with all of these items back weighing it, it's going to fall backwards. So we'll go left from right here. I just have a small brass pen. This is the Signator, I think, or the Ambassador, I don't remember, from County Com. I'll try and link to the different items down in the description of the video as always. We actually have a small pouch in here that we took a look at yesterday. This is the Maxpedition Pico Pocket Organizer. Completely different loadout from yesterday's video though. Just have some random items, knives and pry bars and flashlights, fire starting material. I think there's a Zippo back there as well as my wallet. And so you can fit that small pouch perfectly into one of those vertical slots. And so that's how wide these are. About 4 inches, gives you plenty of real estate for that. This one may be even a little bit wider than that. They're both similar in size, but I find the one on the outside to be slightly tighter. There we have a 3.5 by 5.5 inch pocket notebook, this one from Log and Jotter, and so that fits perfectly in there. In fact, you can probably fit a good 3 or 4 of those 3.5 by 5.5 inch notebooks if you choose to do so. I think the body is also perfect for a little bit of a larger notebook if that's something you want to carry for taking notes, or maybe you go out into nature and draw, something like that. Perfect for a little bit of a larger notebook there as well. Now, last but not least, we have that interior zipper pocket on the front side. So those 3 vertical pockets are on the back side. They're about 6 inches in depth. This zipper pockets on the front side almost spans the entire width for the zipper, and you can go out a little bit further. It doesn't sew it off, so you have full access to about 11 inches in width, but the zipper is only probably 8 inches or so. YKK zipper, once again, color matched to the outside of our bag. Really smooth operation there. And inside of here right now, I don't have a whole lot, but this is a perfect admin pocket. So I have a small first aid portable pack, just pre-packed first aid kit. But if you have charging cables, USB, small like business cards, things like that, chains that you want to throw in there you don't want floating around, all of your small objects, SIM card ejectors, SIM cards themselves, all of those small objects you don't want floating around in the body, keeping them organized, you can put them in that front pocket. Now that is going to be on the front side. Most of that's covered by the strap and flap, and so it's not going to footprint all that much, but or shadow through there all that much, but depending on what you put, if you put like a weird bulky object, it might create some kind of weird seams in there. I mainly use those for smaller, flatter objects anyway, so perfect size for that. Now I did say we would take a look at this unloaded. We can also see how easy the strap is to adjust. So you can slide that back on there, and then right now I had it almost to the full length of the strap, but if you don't have a lot in there and you want to keep this strap secure and snug, you just pull on that. And so the tighter you pull it, that's too tight because we're pulling at the bottom, but the tighter you pull it, the tighter it gets, and you can see how flat the top of this gets. Now the bottom is going to maintain some of that width. That's where about 1.5 inches, 1.6 inches in depth comes in, because it does maintain that width, which is what allows it to stand up when fully loaded. But on the top, it is very, very small and just super thin. And so if you want to keep a slimmer bag, it gives you that option as well. And you can expand that all the way out. And so you can see we can put all those thicker items in there when we expand that. And so really cool bag, $59, great price point. With that coupon code, I think brings it down to about $54 or so, so be sure to take advantage of that. Would love to hear your thoughts on this bag down in the comments below. We've checked out a lot of Lochby products at this point. Check out some of the other Lochby videos on the channel. Big fan of their products. I've recently started to venture out into different colors. I was originally going with brown for all of them, but then they sent over a product in the nautical colorway, and I've been super into that. Then I saw this one in olive, and I had to check that out. New colorway, I think looks really great. And so they're experimenting with a lot of different colors and things like that, which I think is pretty cool as well. But again, would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some of the other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.